What's up, everybody? So tonight it is freezing cold in New York City as usual, literally 32 degrees. Perfect for some ramen. I've been looking at this spot online all day called Momo, and I'm really excited to go there. It looks like they got a lot of different styles of broth, and they look delicious in the pictures, at least on Google Maps. So let's check it out.
Send me to my grave.
I'll tell you about this little lady in my life.
Send me to my grave.
Relationship. Since neither of us ever really agreed
Yes,
to my
yes, yes.
But I love her though. And I think she
I
loves
gotta
me.
speak me.
But you know how relationships go. Now check it out.
Hey, so before I actually get into the video of me at the restaurant eating, I just wanted to say that Momo Ramen blew me away. It was actually a really amazing bowl of noodles. I could tell from the pictures on Google Maps that they kind of had their own unique style and special flavors, special recipes, things like that. But it's been a long time since I lived in Japan, actually, that a bowl of ramen actually really surprised me and really impressed me the way that this one did that I got at Momo Ramen. So please, if you are in the area, do yourself a favor, stop by Momo Ramen. Try their staple, their flagship dish, the Momo Ramen bowl. It's a curry flavored miso. Amazing. Simply amazing. I ordered the Momo Ramen. It's a miso based curry flavored ramen, and I always get the extra chashu and extra spice. My first slurp of broth was just an amazing blast of nostalgia because this curry flavored ramen tastes exactly like Coco's curry. For anybody that's lived in Japan or Taiwan or like anywhere in Asia really, you're familiar with Coco's curry. If you haven't even tried it before, you've probably seen the sign. It's like a yellow and brown sign. But definitely if you lived on Okinawa, Americans are addicted to Coco's curry. It's always a recommendation amongst anybody on the island, honestly. And this broth tasted exactly like Coco's curry. So first slurp, immediately I was hooked. I wouldn't say hooked, but immediately I was interested. It definitely didn't let me down right from the get-go. Another thing that was really cool about this bowl was they have dumplings. I've never had dumplings in my ramen before, at least not that I can remember. And these dumplings weren't amazing. They weren't like Chinatown, Taiwan, fresh soup dumplings. These dumplings were still pretty good, and to be paired with a ramen bowl, it's pretty unique. I really liked it. The chashu was pretty awesome. It was cooked properly, it was nice and moist. It was a average size portion. I wouldn't say it had any outstanding flavor by itself, but I was still feeling the kick from the curry flavor, so it was hard for me to pick out whether or not the chashu had its own flavor or not. The bowl comes with a little spoonful of chili paste in the center, which was a nice attempt. It's nice they included that chili paste, but really didn't do much for me, honestly. The bowl itself, I was just blown away by this curry flavor. I can't really speak highly enough of the amazing flavorful broth that they presented to me. A little bit of chili paste, it was okay. It was a nice touch. The noodles were medium thickness, medium firmness, just how I like them, perfect. And every bite just was coated by the curry broth. I loved it. Now, the best thing about this bowl wasn't even the curry flavored broth, which was amazing. Don't get me wrong. The thing that I enjoyed the most about this bowl, this experience, was the fact that I ordered extra spice And they didn't just give me a little bit of extra spice in the bowl, or like a little, you know, sometimes they give you like a little dish about this big, size of my lens cap, with some like chili oil in it. Momo Ramen gave me a cup of chili flakes and oil, and it wasn't full, but it definitely wasn't empty by any means either, and basically just gave me the option of spicing up my ramen however I wanted, to whatever level I wanted, and that's really awesome in my opinion. Initially, I only put in 3 spoonfuls of the chili flakes and oil, and that got the ball rolling. It was okay. I actually, you know, sat there and ate and slurped the broth a little bit with just that little bit of chili oil in there. If you take a look at the bowl after I add the chili oil, it definitely takes on a much more red hue than when it came out. Initially, it was more of like a brown, you know, Japanese style curry look, but as soon as I put those spoonfuls of chili oil in there, it started looking mean. It started looking a little bit dangerous, and I couldn't hold back the giggles. I just loved it. It was amazing. The egg that came with the bowl was listed on the menu as a miso egg, but it didn't really have any special flavor. It didn't even look like it was marinated, or I don't know. It just wasn't anything super special.
I'm just glad they gave me a lot of bad news.
When I came to the decision to add more spice, I added 2 more spoons. It was good. It was good. But what I really wanted was more. And then more. And then more.
It's going. Probably not gonna finish all this broth.
This is how it needs to be. When I look for a spicy ramen anywhere, this is what I'm looking for. A fiery bowl. Not absurd, not to the point where it hurts and you can't eat the bowl. I'm not here trying to prove a point or go home with a stomach ache or not even make it home before I have an accident of some kind. I just want a good hot bowl to make me feel good, maybe get a little bit of sweat going, and just some good flavor to be paired with it. This was it right here.
It is absolutely delicious.
So right now, we're about to do something a little bit different. I created this thing called the Slur Score, and we're going to rate this bowl of noodles from 0 to 10, taking into consideration a lot of different factors, like the broth, the chashu, the spice, the noodles, the toppings, the overall vibe of the restaurant. And when it's all said and done, maybe the score will actually help you decide whether or not you want to visit this ramen shop. Let's get into it.
Okay, here we go. So the slurp score for Momo Ramen. The broth, amazing curry flavor, immediate feelings of nostalgia, I give it a 10. Chashu was smoky, was moist, couldn't really tell if it had any crazy flavor of its own, still in shock from that broth, so I had to give it a 7. Spice, oh man, they gave me an extra cup of spice that I could do whatever I wanted with, so for that I will give them a 10 on that. Noodles were medium thickness, and they definitely pulled all that flavor every bite. Super awesome. I'm gonna give that an 8. Toppings were okay. The egg wasn't marinated at all. The greens were whatever. So I'd give that a 5. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. Right smack dab in the middle. Overall vibe of the restaurant was super cool. It was kind of like an islandy, a little bit dimly lit, but they had Christmas lights up. I thought it was really comfortable. So I give that a 9. Overall score for Momo Ramen is 8.16.
So, in conclusion, this is an amazing bowl of noodles. I'm a big fan of Momo Ramen. Momo Ramen also has a bunch of other styles on the menu. The Momo Ramen, the curry flavored ramen that I got, it was only one of maybe 7 or 8 different styles that they make on top of other dishes that they have at the restaurant as well. So if you're not, in the mood for ramen like a crazy person, you can always get something else. So do yourself a favor, drop whatever garbage you were planning on cooking for dinner tonight and go to 5th Avenue and go to Momo Ramen. Once you do that, come back here to my channel and post a comment about how Momo Ramen just changed your life. You can thank me later. Drop me a comment about Momo Ramen or ramen in general or anything really. I like to get you guys' feedback. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'm always hitting New York ramen shops pretty much on a regular basis, once a week. Sticking with Brooklyn right now because that's close to home, close to where I work, and also because it's pretty cold out. I'm not really trying to venture into the city too much in the freezing weather until it gets warm, and then I'm going to take the bike into the city because parking is not an issue. And as always, leave this world better than you found it. Take it easy.